So my life was very, very boring. As much as most people would say, "Oh, but this is a great life." Video games school started to get very, very boring. Fast, fast. It wasn't even fun. I even know what the point was of just me going on a controller and just talking to my friends. I didn't even know what the point of that was. What was the point? Genuinely, what was the point? Me sitting there playing video games with my friends, and I barely had any money, yet I would spend some of it for my friends, buying them birthday gifts, buying them food and everything. Did they ever do that for me? No, no, they never did it for me back. Not to mention the fact my mind was clobbered up with 10,000 different ideas, thoughts, beliefs about what happened in the news yesterday, about what happened there. My mind was literally, I couldn't focus on one single thing for more than 2 seconds. Literally 2 seconds. Because all my focus was diverted to all of these thousands of thoughts. And I couldn't process them all. As much as I tried, I couldn't. I couldn't. I always felt really bored. Because what's video games doing for me anyway? After years and years and years and years being on a video game, whether it be, you know, Valorant, Fortnite, Roblox, or whatever the random video games I play. I don't even remember all of them. I would play loads and loads and loads of video games. My schedule would be to wake up, pick up my phone, scroll for a few hours, then a few hours, and a few hours. And then I did the worst thing possible. That was. YouTube might cancel me for saying this. And then, before I come to school, I check my friends' messages. And then I would, go to school, sit there for like 7, 8 hours. I barely learned anything because all I would do is just stare at my shoes, waiting for the time to pass. My attention was literally focused on my shoes, the ground, and the clock. The clock on the wall telling me, okay, so it's 7:40 a.m. Literally, I had to be forced into school by like 7:40 or else you get a tardy, bro. Anyway, so I come back from school, scroll, just eat pizza, burgers, or whatever, just do whatever, and just like a lot of that stuff. I became very, very, very unhealthy with estrogen levels. My testosterone levels were definitely very, very low. My mind was still clubbered. And then I learned. Then I learned something which I'm gonna share. So over time, and over time, and over time, and over time, I realized something, something very, very important. That's do not spread yourself too thin. Do not spread yourself too thin. Because what's gonna happen is when you spread yourself too thin. I'm gonna use an analogy. So picture yourself, your jam, whatever jam, and you get a knife, you get the jam, you get a piece of bread. You get a piece of bread near the jam. And as you're spreading yourself, slowly, slowly, slowly but surely, you're being spread apart. And it's thin. Sooner or later, you can't spread anymore. Sooner or later, it's gonna run out. And this is the exact point. When you spread yourself too thin, when you try and stretch yourself out like a rubber band, you idiot. You know what you're doing? When you're spreading yourself so thin, you can't even concentrate on one thing, one important task. Because you're thinking about the random video game update, but also what you're going to do after school, but also what you're going to do this. You can't process all that information in your head, bro. Trust me, I know. You can't process it all. So you need to not spread yourself so thin. Don't spread yourself too thin because it's a really, really, really big mistake I see guys make, and it's very, very heartbreaking. I made this mistake as well, which definitely messed up my focus. Messed up my focus like crazy. Anyway, that being said, this is where the majority of people who have dopamine and scrolling addictions will just click off. Here's the thing. You want to focus on the process. Focus on the process. Now, this seems very off topic, but when you focus on the process of one thing at a time, 2 things, 3 things at a time, not like 5 or 10 or 100 things. When you do that, you're balancing everything out, taking everything into consideration, but at the same time, there's not so much information to the point where it's frying your brain. You can't think straight for 2 seconds. No. You'll be able to process all the information, all the thoughts that are coming at you, because you don't have to deal with loads and loads and loads and loads of ideas. Loads and loads and loads of ideas are just going to make you overthink. You're going to become very, very nervous, and you're just going to become anxious, and you don't want to do anything. And then you're just going to not do anything at all. So you need to make that shift. You need to make that shift. You need to just clear up that mind. Clear up the mind. Listen, if you're like at the bottom and you have to do like 10,000 different things, okay, your business, whatever. Here's the thing: when you're doing like 10,000 different things at once, or you have this mentality that you have to be all over the world to do everything. Can you physically be everywhere in the world? No, you idiot. No, you can't. You can't clone yourself. You can't duplicate yourself. Duplicate. You can't duplicate yourself. You know that. You can't clone yourself. You can't, you know, do all that weird stuff you see in those TV shows and the random animated TV shows and random new movies and like everything. You know you can't do that, bro. So focus on the priorities. Focus on the priorities. Make everything that's very, very, very important. Make it the priority, the top 3 or 5. Everything else you can kind of lessen effort, or you don't have to make as much as of a priority. Now, that being said, don't be an idiot about it. Don't screw around and whatever. So, I may be cancelled. So, join my email list. If you want to join a brotherhood full of strong men, it's link in the description. Other than that, welcome to our brotherhood.